one, and action. Welcome everyone. I'm Matt, this is Desiree. We are here on Monday, May 14th, 2018 with your intermediate class recap. Today we're talking all about connection. We did the super fun exercise where we talked about how our arms in West Coast swing were all nice and relaxed. We said that all together as a class a few times to really drive the point home. We started really uncomfortably close with our partner. We wiggled our arms to get them nice and loose, like they're really overcooked spaghetti. Again, we talked about the difference between wiggling our arms and flapping our arms, where if we flap our arms can still be tense as all get out, and we're still flapping them. We want to be able to totally wiggle and bend our elbows, such that our arms are totally relaxed. From here, we took a couple deep breaths. We rolled our shoulders up as far as they could go, back, down, and exhale to let our shoulders kind of rest. From here, our followers inch backwards until they can't go any further. Followers, what you'll notice is Desiree is not leaning back with her shoulders, she's not leaning back with her hips, and she's not breaking her frame to get to this point. She's staying totally stacked over herself, and she's also continuing to step and try to go further back. If I came forward, she would very naturally continue to back up. From here, leaders, we synced up our steps with our followers. When we felt in sync, we stepped back on our left. We talked about how this was our baseline West Coast swing. This is how our lead and follow should happen when we social dance, but how that's not what we often achieve. So we did that a whole bunch of times. This is a really great thing to practice with a partner. When you're social dancing tonight, just take a minute of a song and be like, hey, I want to work on that thing that we learned in class. Let's practice. From there, we talked about shifting our weight. We talked about how when we often say shift our weight, we don't really clarify whether it's our head weight or our hip weight. And so what your teacher probably means is shift your hip weight, and what you probably do is shift your head weight. So we talked about getting a nice wide stance and shifting our hip weight from backward to forward. We're shifting from stretch into compression. At no point during this exercise should we be leaning backward and leaning forward, and we should never be relying on our partner. We talked about how it's really great to let go of your partner if you feel like they're leaning, or just to let go of them in general. That really improves their awareness of whether they're on balance.
For this exercise, not necessarily in the wild social dancing.
Yeah. But we did this nice and slow at first, and then we practiced shifting really quickly to prepare for our double resistance.
Followers might find that closing your eyes can tune you into your leader's connection further if you feel comfortable doing so. Try this out.
From there, we did a push break with double resistance on the anchor step. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We shift away for 5, in for 6, out for 1, and then we threw in our delayed 1 from the lab class. Up to speed, that looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2. From there, we talked about footwork options. So you can either straighten a leg on each of the beats or tap in. Either is fine. We kept it pretty simple for now since we want to really focus on the connection. With the feet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1. That was your class. Thank you all for coming and hope you enjoyed it.